The Ohio State quarterback competition is reportedly closer than expected. They had a spring scrimmage on Saturday, and Julian Sayin apparently looked not so great in that scrimmage. Had some bad throws, didn't look like himself. Maybe there was some trouble processing the defense a little bit. Lincoln Kienholz, backup quarterback, did look consistent, and then there was other information coming out that Tavian St. Clair, the third string quarterback who's just a true freshman, is apparently nowhere. I don't want to say nowhere near. He's not really in the race from what it sounded like the reporting was. So sounds like this is a Julian Sayin Lincoln Kienholz battle only, as you and I predicted from the beginning. But it looks like it's a little bit more difficult than maybe it was going to be that people were predicting for Julian Sayin. Zach, what are your thoughts here on Julian Sayin not having the best first spring scrimmage?
It's a spring scrimmage. That's my thought. I hate to be flippant. I hate to be flippant about it, but this is like the history of the quarterback battle in Ohio State, in Ryan Day's tenure. Justin Fields comes in. It's a competition. He has a lot to grow in. I mean, it was so clearly Justin Fields. Like, it was either him or Chris Chugginoff or Gunnar Hoke. Come on.
But you didn't believe in Chug?
I believed in Chug as a backup.
Okay, good.
He had a really nice throw against Michigan. And then you had CJ, I think probably the bigger one was like CJ and Kyle McCord. That battle was a bit more, I think, contentious, but I think everybody knew, okay, CJ Stroud is most likely the guy. He's been here for another year. He's the higher rated prospect, or not the higher rated prospect, but he's been here for a while. And even when people were like out on him after the Oregon loss and his bad showing against, I think it was Toledo, people were like, Kyle McCord. It's like, guys, it's not Kyle. It's not. Like, even when he was great against Akron, it was Akron. But if you think you know who the starter is in the spring because of their ranking and their pecking order from the year before, you're probably right. I think Lincoln Kienholz is a good prospect, but I've never thought that he was like going to be an Ohio State starter. If I'm just being honest, Julian Sayin was the number one rated quarterback. I'll just put it, if it's not Julian Sayin, I think Ohio State's in trouble.
Did the bowl game versus Missouri ruin it for you for Lincoln Kienholz?
No,
do you still hold that against him 2 years later?
No, that wasn't his fault. I think Julian Sayin is supposed to be a legit NFL caliber prospect.
Right.
And if he can't win the job, then the issue is like it means that his floor is much lower than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
And that he has not reached anywhere near what his ceiling should be. And so I think that's what makes it trouble, because it's like, well, Lincoln Kienholz, I think, has a higher floor than maybe people would expect, but I don't think he has the ceiling that a Julian Sayin or even a Tavian St. Clair has. So that would be my concern.
Yeah. My thing is that if anybody has ever done spring football before or anything like that, the defense is always ahead of the offense. I think, the fact that there weren't like glowing reviews of Lincoln Kienholz, it's like, Julian Sayin struggled, but Lincoln Kienholz diced up the defense. It's not I think what they said about Lincoln was like, he was consistent that day. It's like, okay, great. Like, yes, you do want a consistent quarterback, but he's going to have to shine over Julian Sayin, because right now, you listen to what all the players said at the NFL Combine and all this stuff. Like, Julian Sayin's the guy. That's the guy that they believe in. So Lincoln Kienholz can't just be consistent. He has to do something to outshine Julian Sayin, in addition to being very consistent. What were you going to say?
Well, it's just, I think you're absolutely right. The verbiage of he was consistent is code for he was average.
He didn't mess up. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is not, it's not a huge vote of confidence.
Yeah. You still want a consistent quarterback. Like, I think at the end of the day, you try to pick a consistent quarterback, but you still pick based on traits and abilities. Like, look at Look at what CJ Stroud was week 1, right? Everybody wanted him benched. Everybody said CJ Stroud isn't it. He's not going to be a quarterback. What was this, 2021? He's not going to be a good quarterback. He went from wanting people wanting him to be benched week 1 to Heisman finalist later that year, breaking Rose Bowl records. So like this is just a progression of quarterbacks. I do not back down from my stance that Julian Sayin is going to be the guy. I think he's going to be the guy who has the better arm.
Mhm.
I think that Lincoln Kienholz could play his way into possibly having a red zone type role or something like that. I think that's what Lincoln Kienholz is playing for more than anything. But at the end of the day, like, if you're Ohio State, you want to make sure you just have a competent backup for Julian Sayin, which sounds like Lincoln Kienholz is. So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. John says Tyler Morris is going to be miss the year for IU. Which really hurts their slot wide receiver depth. I saw that Tyler Morris injured and out for the season. Really unfortunate for him and unfortunate for Indiana. He would have been a nice, kind of gadget guy for him this year, maybe a deep threat or something. We'll see, but
Did they say
that
what
does
happened?
stink. I did not read what happened. I just saw the headline that he was out for the season. So something happened in spring practice. Billy Tuesday says Tom Brady couldn't have done well against Mizzou the way they were blocking. True.
Facts.
True. Are we getting Patriots Tom Brady though, or Michigan Tom Brady? Because Patriots Tom Brady was a whole other animal.
Oof. Tyler Morris, non-contact knee injury. So it's probably ACL, something like that.
Thankfully, those don't ruin careers like they used to. So
yeah,
that's what John's saying.
Yeah.
Thankfully, those don't ruin careers like they used to. But thoughts and prayers with Tyler Morris, and hope he gets well and can get back to playing next year. So
that's
all
a
right.
bummer.
Yeah, it is.